Good afternoon. If I could ask you to take your seats. Welcome to today's college readout. We have the pleasure of having with us today Executive Vice President Mrs. Vestager and Commissioner Breton. The college readout will be on the draft Declaration on Digital Rights and Principles, which was adopted today by the college. Let me simply say that the college also had a discussion, obviously, on the situation in Ukraine and Russia. And with that, I give you the floor immediately.
Well, thank you very much. And what we did today was to adopt our proposal for a European Declaration on Digital Rights and Principles for the digital decade. We first announced the creation of these principles in March last year as one of the two pillars of our European digital decade, along with our digital compass. Since we started talking about our European approach to digitization, we have had, I think, a really clear core what this is about. We believe in a human-centered digital transformation, a transformation where no one is left behind. And we want safe technologies that really work for people. And, of course, that our rights and values, they are as well respected online as they are offline. And we want everyone to be empowered, that we as citizens feel that this is our society, that we feel empowered actively to take part. And the declaration gives us a clear reference point to the official set of rights and principles in the online world. We aim for a joint declaration between the Commission, the European Parliament and the European Council. And the declaration will act as a reference for all of us, for users, businesses, public administration, policymakers, for a secure, inclusive and open digital environment. Whether we propose new policies, develop new digital tools and services, or simply navigate online, well, no one should be left behind. So what will this declaration do? Well, will it change the status quo, and how? It touches on two things. It will inform every one of us about our rights, and it will inspire the actions of all actors involved in the digital transformation. First, as said, it will inform us, recalling some of our rights when interacting with digital technologies. And it makes it crystal clear that the rights we have offline, well, we also have them online. This is not as obvious as it sounds. Unfortunately, many people actually do not know that they have rights online as well as offline. And that leads me to a, for me, important point here. We're not creating new rights or new principles with this declaration. We already have fundamental rights that do apply online. Rights to our privacy, to our freedom of thought and expression, and we will soon have new rights because of our ongoing work with digital platforms, electronic identities, artificial intelligence, you know our legislative program. So what we are doing with this declaration is to set these rights in stone so that they are respected. For all of us to rely on these rights, no matter where we live in Europe, who we are and what we do in the online world. Second, it should inspire all actors involved in the digital transformation by creating a benchmark guiding us as policymakers for every new initiative we propose, and a benchmark guiding principles, guiding businesses when developing and deploying new technologies. To achieve these two objectives, our declaration states clear commitments in 6 different areas. First things first, putting people at the center of the digital transformation. That includes commitments to make sure that our technologies respect democratic values, allow us to pursue our aspirations in full security and in respect of fundamental rights. All these rights, they are today enshrined in our treaties, the EU Charter of Fundamental Rights. This is where they have their root, this is where they are anchored. Second, solidarity and inclusion, with commitments to make us all benefit from the digitization, whether young, old, digital savvy, novice, whether you are town folks or countrysiders. And it's in this chapter also we find our right to advanced or basic digital skills. Without digital education, we risk falling behind in this transformation. And that is why 21 billion euros are currently mobilized across Europe to deliver on digital education. Third, freedom of choice. That covers our engagement to help people make their own informed choices online and protect them, of course, against possible risks. This includes being transparent about the use of algorithms and artificial intelligence, a new obligation to be set under our Digital Services Act and Artificial Intelligence Act. Fourth, participation in digital public space, where we commit to promote online open environment for a healthy, vivid, democratic debate. Here again, it's already happening. Our Digital Services Act also includes provisions to protect our freedom of speech without fear of being censored or intimidated while being online. Our upcoming European Media Freedom Act will include measures to preserve our access to rich, varied, independent media. Second to last, safety, security and empowerment, which covers our right to safe digital technologies that by design protect our privacy. This is precisely what our general data protection is supposed to do, and of course the work we do on cybersecurity. And last, sustainability. Whether that's committing to limit the footprints of digital technologies with a digital product passport, or to promote the use of digital technologies to deliver on our Green Deal. According to several modelings, for every 1 gigaton of CO2 that digital technologies will produce, because of course they do that, they will help reduce with up to 10 gigatons. But of course, digital technologies, they must themselves become even greener. So to sum up, with these principles and their commitments, the declaration covers what matters in our daily lives. And we have done our best to make it clear. A short document to make us, to help make us our human-centric approach to digitization actually our default way of thinking. And to make sure that it happens for real, we have planned a robust, systematic monitoring. This will happen through the governance and monitoring system that we have proposed in our Digital Decade Policy Programme. It is in the Parliament right now. We tabled it a couple of months ago. Member States to report yearly on progress or lack of progress. And most importantly, we will ask Europeans every year, how do they see progress as I said, indeed, lack of it. And this will happen through extensive Eurobarometer surveys, and it should allow us to take action if we see that there is a lack of development. In the December 2020 Berlin Declaration, the Council adopted 7 key principles for a value-based digital transformation in our societies. Our proposal builds on this Berlin Declaration, as well on a number of reports and resolutions adopted by the European Parliament over the last year, because this is how we shape our digital future, in collaboration with partners. And I think the debates in Parliament has made a valuable contribution to this. I really hope that Parliament will see themselves mirrored in this text. Last but not least, before I finally conclude, there is a last point of importance. Europe is not alone in this effort. We see similar discussions happening in Australia, in India, in the US. The US has said they are currently working on a digital Bill of Rights. And through our discussions with the US administration in Washington, I see a lot of convergence in what we do. So with our declaration, we aim to be in the forefront of this global momentum and create something that allows us to take action on ground and to take action together if we can inspire like-minded partners. To prepare this declaration, we interviewed more than 26,000 people all over Europe in a Eurobarometer survey about what do they expect from digital technologies. And it's a goldmine of interesting insights, but just few insights here. 8 out of 10 Europeans, they think that by 2030, digital tools and the internet will be an important part of their life, and that benefits and disadvantages will be balanced. More than half of them mentioned that cyber attacks, the theft or abuse of personal data, the online safety or well-being of children, that's their main concern. But when asked about their rights, well, almost 40% say that they're not aware that they have rights as elementary and fundamental as freedom of expression, privacy, or non-discrimination, that it also have to be respected when you're online. And I think this shows that it matters to do this job. And we are on our way. As our societies, they digitize, more political efforts must go into making sure that our rights are actually protected. And this is why I'm so happy to be here with Thierry Breton today, that we're taking this step forward to invite Council and Parliament to join us to guide what we do for the future. Thank you.